This is the Jasion EB7 2.0 electric bike. It really does look like a compact, sturdy, and surprisingly modern e-bike. The first thing I noticed when I unboxed it is how sleek it is. Finished in black, the frame is all aluminum, which keeps things reasonably lightweight but still feels very solid and durable. Those fat 20-inch tires kind of set the whole vibe. This isn't some super skinny urban bike. It's meant to be practical and comfortable, whether you're cruising through a city neighborhood or just riding around the park. So, let me share my experience. I'm not an expert cyclist, just someone who wants to get around, avoid the hassle of traffic, and maybe toss my bike in the trunk for a trip out of town. I remember my first concern before even riding was that folding bikes, especially e-bikes, can sometimes feel flimsy or awkward. Not the case here though. Folding up, the EB7 2.0 felt secure, the locking mechanisms for the handlebars and the frame click into place solidly. Even when it's folded down to the size they promise, it doesn't give you that worry that something will snap off. One of the key features here is definitely the motor. The EB7 2.0 is packing a 750-watt brushless motor that peaks at 1200 watt, which sounds like jargon, but in real life it just means this thing zooms. I hit 28 miles per hour using pedal assist, and even just on throttle mode, you can fly past city traffic or up those annoying little hills with almost no effort. I've taken it through a mix of paved streets and some bumpy gravel trails, and it handled everything without even a slight struggle. I can honestly say, compared to other e-bikes at this price, the power on this one is impressive. Battery life is another point I was worried about since nobody wants a commute interrupted by a dead battery. This one comes with a 48-volt 10Ah lithium-ion setup. Now the brand says you can get anywhere from 22 up to 55 miles per charge. In my experience, if you're using full throttle or high levels of pedal assist the whole time, it's closer to the lower end of that range. If you mix it up with just regular pedaling and assist only on hills, getting above 35 miles is totally doable. It's super easy to remove the battery and charge inside, or you can just plug the charger directly into the frame through a little port, which makes things even simpler. Honestly, this just makes me more likely to keep the bike topped up and ready to ride, so I don't have to worry. Now, the ride comfort surprised me. This model has dual suspension, so there's an 80mm travel suspension on the front fork and an additional bit of shock absorption under the saddle. If you're new to e-bikes or maybe haven't tried one before, this setup means you barely feel bumps, cracks, or those random patches of rough sidewalk. Combined with those chunky 20x3-inch fat tires, rides really are smooth. Maybe not mountain bike level for intense off-roading, but perfect for random gravel or unexpected bumps. I'd recommend this for anyone wanting to ride daily and not feel beat up at the end. As for stopping, the EB7 2.0 comes with mechanical disc brakes, front and rear. In plain English, that means you get solid, consistent braking power, especially at city speeds or cruising down hills. Are hydraulic brakes better? Sure, but for this type of bike and this price, I've found these to be more than enough for everyday riding. Safety-wise, the bike sports a super bright headlight up front and a rear light that glows nice and bright, both easy to spot at night. There are also reflectors, which is honestly something I really appreciate. A quick review of the controls. You've got a bright LCD screen at the center, which shows speed, how much battery you've got left, your pedal assist level, and even your total trip distance. If you're like me and always worried your phone will die mid-ride, there's a USB charging port right under the display. Super helpful. The 7-speed gear system is right there on the right handlebar. For anyone new, this works just like any regular bike shifter, so you can adjust how hard you want to pedal independent of the electric motor. It lets you climb hills or cruise at speed with no trouble. Folding the EB7 2.0 up and carrying it is a big plus. I was genuinely surprised how easy it is to get it into my back seat or the trunk of my SUV. At 62 pounds, yeah, it's heavier than a regular bike, but manageable for most adults, and definitely lighter than most full-suspension e-bikes I've tried. If you have to take it up a flight of stairs, it's totally possible, even though not super fun, to be honest. The fact that you can fold it also means it's a lot easier to store, especially if you live in an apartment or don't have a garage. Assembly was a bit of a mixed bag. Out of the box, a lot's already put together, but if you haven't set up a bike before, certain things like the front wheel and pedals might be a little confusing for the first time. I had to spend a few minutes with the manual and some online videos. The included tools and instructions are decent, but if you get stuck, don't be afraid to look up a quick tutorial. It'll save you some headache, trust me. Now, the one thing I keep getting caught up on, and I think other reviewers mention this too. The keyhole to power the bike on or access the battery is tucked right under the frame. It's not a deal breaker, but definitely kind of awkward. If you're out in low light or it's dark, finding and lining up the key can get frustrating fast. I wish the designers had placed it somewhere a bit easier to reach. Talking about who this bike fits, in my opinion, it's perfect for anyone from daily commuters to casual weekend riders, even someone wanting a backup ride for when the car is in the shop. With a max weight recommendation of about 330 pounds, it fits most people pretty comfortably. Plus, you've got that strong frame and seat that supports adult riders. Because of the pedal assist and throttle options, you can take it easy when you're tired or ride more like a regular bike when you want to work out. From my experience, the Jasion EB7 2.0 is a well-designed, reliable e-bike that packs a ton of useful features into a foldable, portable package. The riding experience feels safe and stable thanks to the robust frame, fat tires, and suspension. The battery range lives up to its promise for most urban riding needs, and charging is flexible enough whether you do it outside or at your desk. The style is subtle, nothing flashy, but does have that cool modern look. I love that you get mechanical disc brakes, a clear display, integrated lights, and the folded size is genuinely small enough for most car trunks or tighter apartments. Some drawbacks for me are the slightly tricky assembly for total beginners, the awkward key placement, and the usual weight that comes with a battery and motorbike. But honestly, the ease of use, comfort, and overall ride make these small flaws easy to overlook. In conclusion, I'd recommend this for anyone looking for an affordable, capable, and fun way to cut down on driving and actually look forward to riding. Whether it's for daily commuting, taking quick trips in town, or some weekend fun, it's reliable, quick, and comfortable. If you're just jumping into e-bikes or want something portable you can carry and store easily, the Jasion EB7 2.0 is a solid choice. If you enjoyed this quick review or found it helpful, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment below. I love reading your questions and hearing about your experience with e-bikes. Thank you for watching.